So yeah, I fucked up. Tore the mirror off my beautiful 2010 Mustang GT. Tore it off right there, backing out of the garage. And today I'm going to be replacing the mirror. This video is going to start with showing the new mirror and what it comes with. There's the old one, there's the new one. Then it's going to show you how to get all the old damaged stuff off. That's part of the old mirror there, which basically just involves taking that off. Then it's going to show you how to take the cover off of this mirror and put it onto our new mirror. Then I'm going to show you guys how to put the new mirror on. There will be timestamps for this video in the pinned comment below and in the description of the video. So let's get started. So first, showing you guys the new mirror. Here's the old one, and really the only thing that broke was just this plastic part where it mounts onto the car. Part of it is still on the car. And here's the new mirror. Looks identical. It was about $100 Canadian on Amazon. Pretty happy with it. Has the electrical connectors. Also came with a black cover. There was no option to choose a colored one. At least not with the one that I bought. So yeah, we'll be taking that off and putting it onto there. Not much more to show you there. Just make sure you get the right side, because that would suck. So, starting off, we're in the driver's seat here. We're going to take this piece here off to get access to the other side of the mirror, which luckily is extremely easy to do. You don't even need a pry tool. All you got to do is pull, and it's off. Very simple. So next, we're going to take off this electrical harness here that controls the movement of the mirror just by pinching that right there. And as you can see, it'll come right off. Just don't drop it on the ground like I did. Now, we're going to take off each of these 11mm nuts here. And do not drop it down there, because then you're going to have to take that whole thing off. And that would certainly ruin my day. So, I'm not going to do that. So, I got my 11mm here. And I'm going to loosen this one. Loosen this one, and loosen that one. As soon as I break them loose with the wrench, I'm just going to untwist it with my hand, because less chance of dropping it again down there. Don't do that. There's one off, and maybe I should stop holding it over the pit of doom. Working on number 2. 2 are off, and now I'm getting off number 3 here. These little studs here are left over. I would assume if you didn't rip your mirror off like I did, like I said, the only piece that's left is this piece of plastic, then, well, they'd all just still be attached to your mirror, but I might have torn mine off, so that's what we got. So yeah, I got all 3 of those off. Didn't drop any down there, so that's great, but we're not done yet. So what's left over for me, again, are these 3 studs, piece of the plastic mirror, and also this sort of foam thing here, which I would assume needs to come off because, well, it's not on the old one there, but we do have it on the new one right there. So we're going to take all of this off, and again, we're going to make sure we don't drop the studs down in the pit of doom. So I got 2 of these studs out, which I don't think we're going to need because there's more on the new mirror. So I'm just going to put those aside for now. And then the other one is still attached because, again, that's the only piece of the mirror left, that plastic. So, like I said, you probably don't have to take those studs off because they're just going to come off with the old mirror unless you fucked it up like I did and ripped the whole thing off. So there we go. That's the old piece of the mirror off. And we're just going to leave that electrical connector there. So to get this old cover off, because we need to put that old cover on the new mirror, I ended up using just a flathead screwdriver, and I just pried a little bit here until I had a little bit of a space, big enough that I could just get my fingers in like here, and I just pulled the cover off. You got to pull a little bit. It feels like you're going to break the thing, but I didn't break mine. It was pretty easy. So I used the flathead screwdriver to pry along here and along the whole thing just to make a bit of a gap. And now that I can get my fingers in here with my huge guns, we're just going to pull this cover right there. Feels like you're going to break the thing, but I had no issues. You got to pull a little hard, but It's not that bad. Now, onto the new mirror. We got this, the new mirror, and we're going to put this gray cover back on it, which should be easy as just lining it up and popping it in. Now, we're just going to take all of these covers off of the new mirror. There's 3 of them there. You don't even have to twist them, just have to pull them here. There we go, there's the last one. Then we're going to plug our electrical connector in here and then line this baby up. All right, we got the electrical connector in, and now we're just going to fit these studs right through these holes here. All right, now that we have the new mirror on here, I'm still kind of just holding it on with my hand. We're going to put these 11mm nuts back on without dropping them in the pit of doom. If you really want to here, this would be a good time to connect that back up and test. But you know what? I'm just going to chance it anyways. Oh my God, guys, I was joking about it earlier, but I actually fucking did it. I dropped a nut, but it's right there. It didn't go all the way down. I should be able to get that out with a magnet, but I can't believe I just did that. All right, I was able to save it with a magnet, and not to show off or anything, but this is a magnet stick I got for being Washer Toss champ in a tournament. Not to brag or anything, but kind of a big deal. To really make sure it's snug, I just pull the plastic here close, and then I tighten it as tight as I can by hand. All right, so I got all my bolts tightened up. One thing I just want to point out, maybe someone can help me out here, but I tried to line up the mirror as much as I could, and I even held it like this and had it all lined up while tightening this bolt, but even though it's fully tightened, I got this little gap here, which is kind of annoying, and it is not like that on the passenger side. I don't know if it's just the shape of the new plastic or what, but yeah, a little annoying. When the door is closed, you can still notice it a bit as well. So what I'll probably end up doing is maybe putting a little adhesive or something in there just to kind of stick that there, because no matter how tight you put that bolt there, this still just ends up being pushed out a bit. So everything's lined up. I already checked that a couple times. Also, this cover, I didn't put it on right, so now that it's on the door, it's a little easier to take off because it's kind of stationary, and I'm just gonna fix that up. All right, then the last thing you got to do is put this thing on. All you got to do is line up your electrical connector. Make sure that your mirror works. And that's moving. Then we're going to put it back on there. And we're done. And there's the new mirror. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.